Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our lesson in Technology and Livelihood Education. This is Teacher Lorimi. Our lesson today is about preparing layout design of an orchard using information gathered. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to explain the core concepts of layout design of an orchard. Make a layout design of an orchard and appreciate the importance of layout design of an orchard. Do you still remember the different types of orchard farms? It focuses primarily on growing trees which produce seeds rather than fruits. It's the tree farm. It is a large variety of facilities that produce pecans, cashews, and walnuts. Not orchard. Focused on fruit-bearing fruits like papaya, mangoes, and more. Fruit orchard. This kind of farm produced pine trees, Christmas trees, and tree nurseries. Tree farm. It is genetically improved seeds to create plants for the establishment of new forests. Seed orchard. Let's read the given story and answer the questions that follow. Mang Tasio and Mang Teryo were good neighbors. They loved to plant and eat vegetables and fruits. One day, Mang Tasio met Mang Teryo and told him his plan that they are going to construct vegetable gardens in their own yard. Mang Tasio wanted to have a beautiful and proper location of his plants in his garden. So, he decided to make a layout for his garden. While Mang Teryo did not bother himself on making a layout for his garden because he believed that plants would just grow and bear fruits once it planted. Few months later, different fruits, trees, and vegetables grew together in their yard, and they were both happy with their work. Which garden is in good shape and beautiful? Is it really important to plan a layout on your garden? Why? If you are going to have your own garden, what would you do first? Why? Now, you are going to discover the concepts and importance of laying out a design of an orchard. The activity that you just had is an example of a layout design. Are you excited? First, learn the concepts, methods, and its importance. Layout is a technique of planting crops, a location of the position of plants, a drawing of your plant's positioning in specific area which gives aesthetic view on your orchard. Types of layout designs are the following. Square method. It is simplest and easiest method with the same distance measurement. For example, as you see in the layout, so you have here 3 meters in this side and also in this area. What are the advantages of square method? Number 1, irrigation channels and paths can be made straight. Easy cultivation, spraying and harvesting. Better supervision. What are the disadvantages? Limited trees can be planted in a given area. A certain amount of space is wasted in the middle of 4 trees. Here, as you see this one, the middle of the 4 trees. Next is the rectangular method. The rectangular method formed from 4 adjacent trees that are in rectangular shape. What are the advantages of rectangular method? Number 1, irrigation channels can made length and breadth-wise. Number 2, possible for intercropping. What are the disadvantages? Limited trees can be planted in a given area. A certain amount of space is wasted in the middle of 4 trees. Next is the quincunx or diagonal method. Trees are planted like in square method but has additional tree in the center of each square called a filler crop. Backup plants and should be green most of the time. Simplest and easiest method with the same distance measurement. Now look at this one. In the middle you see there are trees planted. It's not wasted anymore. What are the advantages? Additional income can be earned from the filler crop. Almost double the number of trees can be planted initially. What are the disadvantages? Skills required to lay out the orchard. Trees in between may interfere the growth of the main crop. Spacing of the main crop is reduced if filler crop continues to grow. Next is the equilateral, triangle, or hexagonal method. Trees are planted at the corners of an equilateral triangle where 6 triangles are joined, forming a hexagon shape with the 7th tree at the center. What are the advantages? Ideal for fertile soil and with a source of water. More trees can be planted. Same distance can be maintained. More income can be obtained. But what are the disadvantages? It is difficult intercultural operations. Skill is required to lay out the orchard. Another one is the contour or terracing method. The imaginary line connecting all points with equal elevation across the slope is called contour, done in hilly areas by connecting all points of some elevation across slope, maintaining the space. So it looks like the rice terraces. I'm sure you are aware of that. But what are the advantages? Can be utilized in hilly areas and is leveled land. Helps in controlling soil erosion. Helps conservation of water. Easy path for movements on the hills slopes for various tasks in the orchard. The disadvantages? Difficult laying out of contour lines and time-consuming. It requires special skills and instruments to make contour lines lay out the method. Not equal row-to-row distance and adjustments may be required in the plant-to-plant distance. Now class, the importance of layout an orchard is really very important in such a way that it gives you easy operations like cultivation, intercropping, irrigation, spraying of plant protection chemicals, and growth regulators. What are the benefits of an orchard? It provides many environmental benefits. They reduce heating and cooling costs, reduce pollution and take up carbon dioxide, provide oxygen, provide habitat for wildlife, and it holds water and reduce soil erosion, gives shade to people and cool environment, economic opportunity. Remember that 5 trees together are generally accepted as a lower limit of orchard garden. In other words, you can plant 5 types of trees in your orchard garden. Okay, so it's quiz time. Number 1. I want you first to read you are going to read the following statements and questions. You are going to choose the letter of the correct answer and write it in your activity notebook. Number 1. What fruit-bearing trees that are commonly produced in the Philippines? Number 2. How many trees do you need to make an orchard? Number 3. Which type of orchard farms focus primarily on growing trees that produce high quality of seeds? Number 4. Which type of orchard farms focused on growing tree bearing fruits? Number 5. Which do you think is the most important reason of putting up an orchard? Number 6. It is the easiest and simplest way of laying out a design with the same distance measurement. Number 7. Which of the following layout design called diagonal method? Number 8. Which is not the type of a layout design? Number 9. Which of the following gives the most important reasons of an orchard gardening? And number 10, which is not the meaning of layout? Great job! Now let's check your answers. Number 1. What fruit-bearing trees that are commonly produced in the Philippines? Letter D, mango. Number 2, how many trees do you need to make an orchard? So you have this limitation. So you can have 5 trees together. Letter B. Number 3, which type of orchard farms focus primarily on growing trees that produce high quality of seeds? Letter A, seed orchard. Number 4, which type of orchard farms focused on growing fruit-bearing trees or growing tree-bearing fruits? Letter B, fruit orchard. Number 5, which do you think is the most important reason of putting up an orchard? Letter D, all of the above. It provides delicious and nutritious fruits to the people to create healthy, diverse, and resilient system while reducing our impact on climate change and environmental degradation, and it provides vital green spaces in our cities and towns. Number 6, it is the easiest and simplest way of laying out a design with the same distance measurement. Letter C, square method. And number 7, which of the following layout design called diagonal method? It is letter C. Number 8, which is not the type of layout design? Letter D, circular method. Number 9, which of the following gives the most important reasons of an orchard gardening? All of the above. It provides vital green spaces in our town and cities, reducing impact on climate change, and it provides abundant harvests of fresh fruits and many environmental benefits. Number 10, which is not the meaning of layout? The answer is letter B, step-by-step information and system installation. Wow, great job, kids! So I hope you learned something from our lesson this day, and I look forward for you to have or to view my next lesson. Don't forget to watch again this lesson and study hard. This is Teacher Loremi, your teacher in technology and livelihood education. See you next time.